And guess who's back?
Headbanger. Hit me. Hit me.
Hala's back.
People sing around, now people gather round, now people jump around. Get your freak on, get your freak on, get your freak on. Let me know. Got the feeling, son. Let me throw you some. People, here I come. Now sweat me when I'm done. Ain't no stopping me. Copywritten, so don't copy me. Y'all do it sloppily. I know you hear me loud. I scream it loud and proud.
All Things Considered, only on SRFM.
Quiet!
And now, the show begins. Hey everyone, how's you doing? Hope you guys are doing fine. This is me, Hala Riri, on the controls. Bandarasini. Today is my special guest. Who's my special guest?
Nabil Sultani.
There you go. My businessman is finally here on the show. You guys have to understand. Sorry, Dre. Sorry, Andre, but I'm snatching your guest and I'm making him full-time. That's it, yeah.
Dre, thank you.
Yeah, he's probably like, oh, brother, now I have to find somebody else who's cool and just like, who'll be with me on the show, but I'm sorry. So today we're going to dive deep, see who Nabil Sultani is and what his show is all about. And this is really exciting because guys have to understand, the show that he's about to kind of, inshallah, make is one of the shows that I've been anticipating for a very, very long time. And this is my man. So welcome aboard.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited about this.
Me too, man. So just get in a nutshell, we're going to talk about just a little bit business. I am not business oriented at all. Me and money it's like an oxymoron. We are totally opposite. I don't know how to save it. It doesn't like staying with me. So we're going to just talk just get a little pointers about that one.
But it's good to live your life and spend what you make, right?
Really?
Maybe not all of it.
Stay tuned, y'all. 012-648-4691. If you guys want to just give a shout out, ask him questions. And we'll be right back, y'all. All Things Considered. And welcome back to All Things Considered. Okay, Nabil. Yalla, tell us about yourself, you know, a brief history of what you studied and why you chose business to be your actual profession.
Well, first of all, I'm going to start from the beginning.
Yes.
So I was born and raised in Saudi.
Mm-hmm.
And I studied most of my life here. I moved to Lebanon to do my undergrad. And I actually started in civil engineering, believe it or not.
Really?
Because our family business is in construction and contracting. And I decided, you know, take over the family business. This is what we're led to believe.
Exactly.
Right? Even though it's not our passion. And I wasn't very serious about it, didn't do very well. So I decided to say, you know what? A lot of people say do what you love and you won't work a day in your life.
Yes, yes.
So I moved into business and it was, you know, really, really fun. I enjoyed it.
Your passion was business.
My passion was business. And the university I was in, you get to select an emphasis. So you could do like finance or marketing or management. And I started with marketing. And I finished my marketing requirements and they're like, yeah, but you can't graduate. You have to take electives.
Okay.
I'm like, what are the electives? They're like, you know, you have to take psychology and so.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, isn't there anything I could do away from these? Because it's not in my realm of interest. They're like, you can take another emphasis in business and graduate as long as you finish the total number of credits.
Ooh.
I'm like, interesting.
Okay.
What do you guys have available? Like, you could do management. Let's do management. So I ended up graduating with a double emphasis in marketing management.
Mashallah.
And from failing civil engineering, I ended up graduating with distinction. So my father was proud, alhamdulillah.
Oh, thank God for
Thank
that.
God. And I came back to Saudi to start work. And you know, when you start off and you're young, you want to explore.
Yes.
So I did not start working with the family business. And I actually started in an advertising agency training. And after that, I moved into a food distribution company.
Nice.
And this is where my love for food started.
Really?
Because this is what I do now. So I'll get into that maybe later on.
That just shows you the importance of parents not interfering with what their children or what their kids want to actually study. This is the number one issue that kids today have. You know, my dad wants me to be a doctor. My dad wants me to be an engineer or so-and-so. But this is like a prime example.
100%.
Let them, if they have such a passion like to do something, let them do it.
Listen, I am ready to let my children not go to university.
Wow.
If they believe that they have a career that they could develop. I mean, the top businessmen and the top, you know, influencers in the world have not been to university
They
or have dropped out.
True.
Right?
True,
I mean,
true.
a lot of them, okay, they're not the majority, but a lot of them don't need college. And in today's age, you don't know what you need university for.
Exactly.
Right? There are so many different sectors that don't require a 4-year degree studying things that are not related to what you like. So yeah, I worked in food distribution. So I was working in the marketing department as a brand manager. So you manage the brands that we bring from abroad.
Okay.
And
how does that, what does that mean?
So
managing it.
Basically, if you have a brand X, that's an international brand, even a local brand. So let's talk international brands because these are the ones where you need a distributor, a local distributor. And we make the deal with that international company that owns the brand.
Nice.
And agree on what needs to be done to make this brand successful in the Saudi market.
Okay.
So from A to Z, from pricing to, you know, compliance and regulatory on the labeling, on supply chain, so how much you're going to order, on forecasting, on getting the products in, on making sure that the expiries and the production dates are in line with what's required. So there's a lot of details.
And this is your passion.
That's my passion.
You have fun actually doing that.
I have fun actually doing that.
Oh, wow, man. See?
I have a lot of fun doing that. I enjoy it because every day is a different challenge. A lot of new things happen. You know, you have to also look at the new trends that happen within the supermarkets or within the retail sector.
But let's say you get brand X and it doesn't really do good in the market. So what do you do?
we have to understand why it didn't do well.
Okay,
Right?
so there's a technique.
There's a lot of assessing and studying why it didn't do good. And usually before you get into a certain brand, you do a market study. Right? You need to understand what's the potential of the market, the size of the market. So there's a lot of retail audit reports, which you could buy. I mean, these are information that's readily available to buy. And you understand the size of the market, the top brands within the same category. And you take a decision based on that and based on what the brand owners are willing to invest behind the brand.
So I think you do your homework before you actually get brand X.
Yes,
So
definitely.
you don't take a risk.
You take an educated risk or a studied risk. I mean, you're not going to go into something blindly because it's going to cost a lot of money.
Very nice. So this is where you are right now.
No. Well, this is where I'm in the same sector, but so after that, I actually moved into the family business, believe it or not.
Wow, okay, look at
And
that.
I was forced into it.
Okay.
I hope my dad's not hearing.
He probably is.
I sent him the application. I'm like, listen,
That's
be there.
I'm sorry, he's listening.
Okay, I hope he doesn't
Dad.
disown me.
And then?
So I got into the family business because, alhamdulillah, it was growing at the time, and he needed help. And so I got into it. And it was an amazing experience. An amazing experience because I got involved in the complete restructuring of the company from A to Z. So I was involved in the HR, in the finance, in the sales, because it used to be a one-man show. My dad was, behind the desk, not very technologically advanced.
Yes, of course.
So, I mean...
So you come in like the Tasmanian devil and you just kind of...
Exactly, as a secret. And I don't think, I hope not too many people are listening, but we didn't have an email system in the company.
Oh, dear.
So, yeah.
Look at that.
So...
but don't you find that when you kind of venture out, it's like you're going out of your comfort zone? It kind of, I don't know, it opens things in your brain which wasn't working before. When, like, for example, let's say I went to, I don't know, I did something totally different than actual radio. I had to start from zero, and it was so difficult, kind of just learning things from the very beginning, the basics again. It kind of, I don't know, opened my mind. It did open my mind.
100%, I agree. I mean, when I got into the family business, I didn't start with restructuring everything from the get-go. So I used to go to site and understand what actually they do. So I used to be with the engineers and the steel fixers and the carpenters, to understand exactly what the laborers do.
And you don't really like it, so you have to do it. So that's a whole different other story.
Yeah. Because when they talk to you about their problems on site, you need to understand what are exactly their problems and what's actually happening. So I spent quite a few months on site. No engineering background, no degree in that. Just learning what happens in terms of being able to manage that team on the administration part of it and the management side of things. So we restructured the company. The company, alhamdulillah, did very well.
Mashallah.
And we put certain departments in place so that there could be a head that could manage each of these departments.
Very
right?
good.
So you don't need to be a one-man show. You need to allow this guy to take care of this.
You needed your help, man.
And then...
Man, Dad, if you're listening to this, and he should have been there from the very beginning. You have to. I mean, exactly. So go on.
But or else I wouldn't have found my passion, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
That's where...
That's true.
So... then a friend of mine who works in food distribution actually said, listen, would you be interested to get back into the field that you were in? I'm like, definitely. Because I was, bored of what I was doing. It wasn't interesting. I didn't have as much work as I did before. It was basically, following up on the management side of things. So get the money, get the contracts. That's it. And he made me an offer.
Okay.
And I went to my father. I'm like, listen, Dad, I love you. I could still take care of this part of the business.
I didn't like
this
that.
is what they're offering. He's like, son, go ahead.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Because you sorted it out. Khalas, I think your job was done.
Exactly. That's exactly the point where we reached in the company. So alhamdulillah. So yeah, I accepted that offer and got back into the food distribution business.
Good.
So, and the brand management
Back
side
in your
of things.
comfort zone, back in your passion.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
And if you want, we'll take a break. And when we come back, I'll tell you guys what I'm actually doing now, which is in the same
presenter.
sector.
Look at that. Mashallah. Okay, go on the break.
Yeah. So we'll be back after this song, only on All Things Considered.
Mashallah. Proud.
DJ Subia.
She was more like a beauty queen of a movie scene. I said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one who would dance on the floor and around. She said, I am the one who would dance on the floor and around. She told me her name was Billie Jean as she crossed the scene. Then heavy hair turned with the eyes that dreamed of being the one who would dance on the floor and around. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And mother always told me, be careful who you love and be careful what you do. Could the lie become the truth? Hey, the Billie Jean is not my love. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one. But the kid is not my son. She says I am the one. But the kid is not my son. No. For 40 days and for 40 nights, I was on the side. But who can stand when she's in demand? Her schemes and plans. Go and dance on the floor and around. So take my strong advice. Just remember to always think twice. Do think twice. She told my baby we danced to 3. She looked at me, then showed a photo. Baby cried, his eyes were like mine. Go and dance on the floor in the round, babe. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. But she came and stood right by me. Just a smell of sweet perfume. This happened much too soon. She called me to her room. Hey, the Billie Jean is not my love. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one. But the kid is not my son. No. Billie Jean is not my love. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one. But the kid is not my son. No. She says I am the one. But the kid is not my son. No.
(96.2, 97.0, 100111036A.
But wait, who are the hosts?
Oh, girl, we got some class on the waves. Just sit and watch or sit and hear. It's the new face with my new case. Turn your radio, I'm the audio. Got the morning groove, late morning snooze. Noon with the big boss, afternoon cruise. With the band, got the late night with the major gang, 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 gang.
Why gang?
Tatsini, what's wrong with you? Are you still on that coffee with the cheese parmesan thingy?
Yeah, stop spreading rumors.
I'm not spreading rumors, it's the obvious.
You're listening to SRFM, the heart of KSA.
And welcome back to All Things Considered. Nabil is like having a jolly good time on my Instagram Hala Riri Live. If you guys want to tune in, just ask him some questions. So continue with your background information.
Now it's going to be the present information.
Hello, give it to us.
So, all of us have determination to do things on our own and to grow bigger than where we actually are.
Okay.
And I wanted to do that as well. And there was an opportunity that played out. And I went and got it.
Ooh.
So it was something that came about and I made something happen to the extent where, overnight I booked a flight to Dubai.
Okay.
And to go make a deal on something which is currently what I do. So basically I've partnered up. I'm a partner in a company and we manage and represent food brands. So FMCG, fast moving consumer goods,
Okay.
so food brands for the entire region. So Middle East, GCC and
Wow.
emerging markets.
And that just kind of just popped up in your mind. You're like, I want to do that. I want to take the next step. And you just did it.
Yeah, because one of the things is during my career with companies, I was always approached by brands who wanted to work with me because of what we've done with the brands that I used to have in the previous company I was in, for
Yes.
example. And then this company approached me and said, we want you to distribute this brand as a company, not as
Okay.
Nabil. And it wasn't a brand that I was interested in
Okay.
for the company. It didn't have the fit. And then I saw this company who didn't actually own the brand. They
Okay.
actually represent the brand.
Nice.
And I'm like, interesting. Who do you guys have in Saudi that represent you or that manage your brands in Saudi? They're like, we don't have anyone, but we've been looking for someone. I'm like, listen, don't look for someone. I'm coming over
Yes.
and let's make a deal. All right. Let me
Yes.
invest in the company because I don't want to be an employee anymore. So I invested in their company.
So you found the opportunity. The door was right there, was open, and
Yeah.
you took it.
Yep. And we made it happen. And alhamdulillah, today we've, grown the company by about 30-40%, even with tough times.
Wonderful.
And it's continuing to
So
grow.
you're actually like a consultant. And that can actually be a different job. You go to companies that are kind of down on their luck and you just build it up for them again.
But it has to be in the sector which we know. But yes, we actually provide consultancy services, which we do.
There you go.
So within the FMCG sector, FMCG is fast-moving consumer goods.
Okay.
So basically everything you'll find in a supermarket.
Yes, very, very interesting.
So basically what we do now is that we have brands where we have distributors that distribute some of our brands, and we have brands that we sell directly from the factories to the supermarkets.
This is really interesting. Really interesting. And then, of course, your finer kind of venture out of your comfort zone is radio.
Is radio. I even have a venture before that, before we get into radio.
What did you do?
So I'm also passionate about fitness, so we could talk about this later on. And
this is something really important. Now, look, the one thing that I brought you here, and I really want to ask you, because this is something I did many shows about, like not business, about being successful, about the mindset, going deeper. Because a lot of people are listening to you right now, and they're like, I wish I could be like that. How do you take the risk? How do you stop your 9 to 5? How do you save money? How do I, for example, stop my 9 to 5 and follow my passion? Would it work? Do I have potential? Don't I have potential? These are all the main things that any person or any person who just graduated, like these students, and they want to become successful businessmen, but they have no idea, nobody to guide them. So this is it. I want to start with the mindset.
The mindset, exactly. It has to be a go-getter.
Yes.
Nothing is going to come flat on your lap. It's very occasional that it's very rare that you have someone, say, all right, do this.
Yeah,
you
never.
need to know exactly what you want.
Okay.
And you have to really study, the pros and cons, because doing something on your own has a high risk to it.
Okay.
Because, you're investing what you have, your time, your money, whatever it is. And if you're not confident in yourself, you're not going to be confident in the business being successful.
How do we start being confident in ourselves? Like, for example, our daily routines. Let's start with that. You have to fix yourself, get ready, just like you're studying for or training for a marathon. Don't you have to do pre-workouts and things like that? So how do you do that to become like a successful person?
Look, I think for me, it had to change my lifestyle. I had to live actually a healthier lifestyle. To be honest.
This is where I'm going.
I know. This is where. This is
There
why.
you go.
This is why I gave the right answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to change your lifestyle. You have to prioritize what's really important in life and what can wait. As an example, going out with the boys, smoking shisha. I don't smoke shisha though. Smoking shisha or whatever can wait. Whereas spending time with your family brings you that gratification.
So you put the priorities in your life first.
100%.
Okay.
And health for me is because also fitness is my passion. So I also prioritize this to the extent where it's scheduled in my agenda as a meeting.
So the first 5 things on your priority list, what are they?
Priority list?
Yeah.
Wake up.
Alhamdulillah, be grateful that you did.
Make sure to have my coffee.
Yes.
No. Make sure that my schedule allows me to train that day, if it's training day.
Okay, so you make time for that training session.
Yes, 100%. Even if I'm traveling.
Even if you're traveling, even if you have meetings all day long, even if you have everything, anything. And what time is this? What time does your day actually start?
My day doesn't start too early. It starts around 7.
That's not too early?
For some.
Oh my goodness.
Ask Dre, he wakes up at 5, I think. 5 or 6.
Really?
So, yeah.
Start exercising 5?
I don't exercise at 5.
I don't think we can
up.
ever be buddies, bro. Nah, I don't. Okay.
I'll only see you before the show.
Exactly. After 3 cups of coffee. But listen, so, okay, seriously. So you wake up at 7, okay? Yeah. You start your, what kind of exercise do you do?
I don't do it in the morning. I do it in the evening.
Okay. So what do you do at 7?
Nothing. I have my coffee.
Hello.
Get ready for work, go to the office, start working. And I usually, most of the time, I do not open social media or WhatsApp until I get to the office.
Do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear that? This is exactly what I've always been telling you guys, which we never did. But this is a prime example.
Don't cloud your mind with negativity or useless information.
Nothing, not even the news, no Twitter, no nothing.
No.
Not
nothing.
even WhatsApp?
No. I don't open. And this is actually quite recent. It's been about a few months now, which should have been done way before.
Nice.
So a few months, and I don't know. I don't want to know what's happening until I get to the office, and then I can start.
It's not nothing. The world's not gonna fly away.
If there's an emergency, I'll get a phone call. Right.
This is very, very interesting. But after that, so we're taking it step by step. You woke up at 7 o'clock. You had your coffee. You went to work. You're at work by what?
8:30.
8:30, 9. Okay. After that.
After that.
You start working.
I start working. I start working and I work. And the work never stops, right? The work will never stop. You can't say, I need to finish this, then I'm going to do that, right? So this is where you start prioritizing.
You're full of energy here, mashallah, and you're just like, you get the job done.
And one of the things is that I've tried, and I mean, now it's not as much as I used to because of the homeschooling. But anyways, I used to try to make it a point to have lunch with my family.
Oh, mashallah, tabarakallah.
Because at nighttime, dinner is a bit difficult to have the whole family, especially my daughters sleep earlier. So we try to make it a point to have lunch together as a family.
Amazing.
And I mean, and no electronics on the table, of course. This is, I mean...
Good. So you're actually implementing your way of life with your kids.
Yep. So lunch with them and then work again until 5, 6. I mean, try to do it around 5.
Okay.
5:30, because usually at 6 o'clock I have a PT session.
Okay.
So I train a client.
Mashallah. Okay.
This is my second passion.
Okay.
So I'm certified, just for if anyone's asking. So it's not out of thin air.
Okay, then.
In CrossFit. And yeah, I train a PT at 6. And once he's done, I do my training from 7 till 8:39. And my wife is probably going to say, no, you don't spend just an hour and a half. You spend like 3 hours at the gym.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, she's listening there. This is very, very interesting.
And that's it, back home. And
what time do you go to sleep?
I try to get into bed by 11.
11.
So I spend the rest of the night with my wife. And by 11 in
it's
bed.
It's like winding down time,
Yeah.
Khalas, this is it. And then refreshing. When do you do your like the to-do list for tomorrow? Meetings, things like that?
It's in the agenda. Whatever's booked is booked. So
you're, mashallah, you're very organized.
I'm organized.
Physically, mentally. So this is it. I think this is the very beginning. If anybody out there is listening, how to become successful, how to actually do what you want to do and do it passionately, this is step number 1. In a nutshell, I just gave it to you. We've got a phone call. Hello?
Hi, how are you guys?
Alhamdulillah. Who's this?
This is Muhammad from Riyadh. I'm calling.
Hey, Muhammad. How you doing?
I'm doing very fine today. Sunshine and hot right there. But it's okay.
Well,
I have a couple of questions for your gentleman that's sitting next to you.
Hi, Muhammad. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
By the way, I didn't catch your name.
Nabil Sultani. Nabil
Sultani. No, I'm taking it. I have one question that's related to you, and actually, I've been hearing your story from like 20 minutes, and I saw that how successful you are, how organized you are. Maybe many people using the same method that you actually have, and you actually have done. But my question here is, what is your contingency plan on your schedule, on your life cycle, on your daily basis? Yani, sometimes the emergency might come up, and how do you deal with the unexpected unexpected situation that might happen to you? This is the only question. I might hear your answer on the radio. So thank you guys for all that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Muhammad.
Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you for your kind words, first of all. And yeah, I mean, there are always unexpected things that come up. The way to manage these is that you just need to reshuffle your schedule. And as you said, I mean, this happened to me actually a week ago, and sometimes you need to make certain sacrifices.
Okay.
So
what's the first sacrifice that just goes down?
It depends. It depends what time during the day it's happening. So
I see.
As an example, there was last Saturday something that my wife wanted me to do, okay? And I sacrificed going to the gym to help her out.
Oh, good.
So you just need to reshuffle the schedule for that day.
Priorities. I think the priority list kind of
exactly.
shuffles around.
And family is a priority no matter what,
yes.
honestly, because they are the ones that stick next to you in the ups and downs.
How many times have we seen businessmen that they just followed their businesses and their money until old age where they look around and then nobody's around? So.
And people are only around when they want something from them.
Exactly.
Right?
All things considered, y'all, we've got Nabil Sultani with us. And numbers are 012-648-4691. And we will be right back with much, much more. Stay tuned.
make your body rock. I can make the party hot. I know that's right. I can make the party hot. I can make your body rock. I can make the party hot. I know that's right. I can make the party hot. I can make your body rock. I can make the party hot. I know that's right. I can make the party hot. I can make your body rock. I can make your body rock. I can make your body rock.
It's your east side partner, Big Snoopy Dio. Turned like D-Lo, catch me on your TiVo. Long Beach with me, the city and the turf chump. Get turf stumped with the turf pump. I'm geeked up, I'm on my tip. Turn it up, what you here for? I'm going all in, that's what I do. My little jerky, what's up with you? Little rapping, tapping out. I'm almost 20 in, the you rapping about? My built up, the homies going big. I'm all in the club, 20. You see a G, you better know the deal. You see the colors, fool? I'm in the streets for real. I'm gigging on these, do them like dominoes. I slam them on their back and tell them bombing up. I see them coming, huh? That's what I heard them say. The same colors, the Chevrolet. 501 zone, gangsters looking good. I'm in the club, home, chucking up the hood. We the West boy, yeah, you see the shirt. Smoking on that with that. I gotta get her, man, baby hella thick. She said her name was Seven, call me Michael Vick. Cause I'm a dog, give them the and dash. What you call, folk, if I ain't hit that? I'm Snoopy Digo Dub, I get it poppin' good. And when I'm in the building, they get to poppin' up. They get to spending cash, screaming T.I.U. Now gon' turn it up, lil' mama look at you. I'm gigging on these, do them like dominoes. And slam them on their back and tell them bombing up. Boss dog chillin', looking like a million. Yeah, got it, I'ma leave it till my children. Tonight I'm on some other and baby loving it. Hella fast, grip that like an oven mitt. I'm gooped up, boy, richest boy. Black and gold brakes, that's my truck, boy. I'm on my east side, I'm working. I got the party going, and it's jerking. My all on, we rolling out thick. Getting in, you better pick up. Cause when I shut it down, the party's over with. She call me Superman, I'm on my soldier shit. Boss dog, get him, I sick him and take him home. West Coast, I'm on my phone. I'm gigging on these, do them like dominoes. And slam them on their back and tell them bombing out.
Oh, ladies in refinement, how you doing? You know, I'ma cut right to the chase, huh? Some radio stations were made, but Saudi Radio, SRFM, I would like to point that it was created for a distinct motive and remarkable missions. And what's more remarkable than entertaining you, your family, your friends, and the whole beautiful kingdom of Saudi Arabia? So, it's time to tune into Saudi Radio, yep. That's right, you can listen to us all the time, day, not even dawn. How? Cause you are the top, bring a thing to us for real. We got you on a deal. How? You asking me how? Well, you're tuned in to the best radio station. You're tuned in to the best station. You're tuned in to Saudi, your radio. ladies and refined men. You're tuning into the best station in town, Sadia Radio, also known as SRFM, the People's Radio.
You're listening to SRFM, the heart of KSA.
Okay, Nabil, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions because look, a lot of people, as we know, of course, you go to university, you learn business and la-di-da, but there are certain books that you can actually buy. Was there a specific book that actually helped you in your business career, starting off?
Honestly, the book that got me started were university books when I was studying.
Really?
That actually helped me. But I don't remember the names, to be honest.
But no, like, you know, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or the monk who bought a Ferrari, whatever. None of those.
No.
Not even, I mean, okay, here's another question. Was there any other kind of like genre you would read? Like, you said you didn't like psychology.
No, I didn't. You know what I read a lot of?
Philosophy?
No.
Huh.
Fitness.
Fitness
And health. That's where
so
I
that
really
was your...
That was my, if you want, off the 9 to 5.
Yes.
Was the fitness and health.
Really?
That's what I was passionate about. So sometimes when you do something, for so long, you want to, switch off and switch on to something else.
That's true.
And I switched on to fitness and health.
Very interesting.
So to the extent where I even did, as I told you, I'm a certified CrossFit trainer and I'm also a certified nutrition coach.
Oh, mashallah.
So this was part of my interest. This is where all my reading went to.
This is very interesting. So yeah, just as you said, okay, this is, because everybody has to have something else.
Yeah,
the switch off. Yeah, the side gig.
And sometimes they tell you, your side gig or your passion gig or your side gig should become your main gig with time.
And it has kind of, because you are actually...
It's part of it. It's not, of course, it's not the biggest part, but yeah, the food is my passion. So for me, it is my main gig and I truly, truly enjoy it. And my side gig, which is, PT trainer, is also something that I really, really enjoy. And now this station is also another side gig.
It just gets, mashallah, I think you're attracting the things that you love into your life. This just shows like when you have a positive mindset and the will to say I can do it and nothing is out of my reach. You take you see an opportunity, you take it. You're like, even if you fail, what have you ever been in a situation where you actually failed and learned from that failure?
I have failed at, for example, getting a brand, against other potential distributors.
Okay.
So we failed and we learned why we failed.
See, this is it.
And this is where you have a lot of learnings.
So how do you advise people? Like, for example, they just did something and they failed miserably. What do they do? What are the steps?
They need to see why they failed, what are the reasons, learn from them, and try again. And I mean, they need to, honestly, especially fresh graduates or even before they graduate, people need to take as many jobs as possible.
Yes.
Because you really don't know what you're passionate about or what you love. As many jobs as possible.
But isn't that like when you see a CV with people jumping from job to job, doesn't that kind of the HR kind of think, you're not really serious about your career?
This is the mindset here, right? Because if you talk about abroad or the Western world, where students are, working part-time jobs as waiters, being a waiter, it's not shameful. On the contrary, you start learning interpersonal skills.
Yes.
You get comfortable with strangers.
Yes, true.
So this could, overflow into a certain job that could be really made for you. So
it's an actual good thing when once they graduate, they do jump from job to job. For how long?
It depends what are the jobs, of course. But it's not, you don't want them to jump too much. But if they did a year here, then a year here, then a year here, and it brings experience. And in the US, I believe when they see a CV that has a lot of experience, they're like, okay, this guy is well-rounded, or this person, this girl is well-rounded. So this is where you also don't want to miss out. So I've done it. When I started my career, I did some advertising.
Yes.
I went into a computer that does telecommunication.
Okay.
And I succeeded in this part, and it was for a short time. It was 3 months, right? And I did things that they didn't ask me to do. So I took certain courses online just, to educate myself on what I was doing. And it was not interesting at all, right?
Okay,
and I told them, listen, I've done this course. It was great. I don't know what, but it's not something that I'm interested in continuing. He's like, listen, we'll make you an offer this much. And at the time, it was good money for me. I was 22 years old, 23 years old. It was good money. And I'm like,
when you're young, that's the salary is, I think, the most important thing.
It was, but I wasn't interested because it was really, really boring.
Really?
I just moved on.
MashaAllah.
So take risks. Honestly, take educated risks. Don't be afraid to do something out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Because it might be something that you're really interested in and that you could flourish in.
Very interesting. Okay, after the break, I'm going to give you like phrases, and I want to see what your thoughts are when I tell you these phrases.
I'm ready for the test.
Ready? Yeah, we'll be right back.
Like Montana. I'm on high day dollar and I'ma float like a fountain. Baby, need some protein, work out like a dancer. I got all up in the snow, just like Santa. All black the coupe, from the Chevy to the Phantom. Knocking it, they don't look, you gon' get our answer. All about a boat, baby, babe, just like Tampa. All about a boat, baby, babe, just like Tampa. Man, that boy a boogie dog, got no manners. Yeah, you got some, but I can't, cause I got standards. Don't watch me, better watch TV, yo, right, change the channel. She finna say she in love with me, but I don't think you can handle. All black the coupe, from the Chevy to the Phantom. Pop up with my roof, that little hickey from Atlanta. I might drop a stuff up in my Phantom. I can't leave the crib unless I know I got the glamour. With that hammer, if I don't, she throw a tantrum. Run up on me, you gon' levitate, it's your anthem. Run up on me, you gon' levitate like a phantom. Keep knocking at that door, look, you gon' get our answer. Johnny, like Montana. I'm on high day dollar and I'ma float like a phantom. Baby, need some protein, work out like a dancer. I got all up in the snow, just like Santa. All black the coupe, from the Chevy to the Phantom. Knocking at that door, look, you gon' get our answer. All about a boat, baby, babe, just like Tampa. All about a boat, baby, babe, just like Tampa. That boy bad news, he a menace to society. Everybody a ride, but I ain't had nobody ride for me. Everybody looking out, but ain't nobody had an eye for me. Ain't even that deep, and you still chose to lie to me. You must think it crazy. Look, what's your motive? I hope you ain't tryna play me. Walk it like I talk it, I keep 10 on the pavement. Got me coughing off the steady days. Been hot for a minute, I been blazing. I been on them benches steady chasing. I can sense that sucker just off the conversation. He doing all that woofing, guess he tryna be a patient. Johnny, like Montana. I'm on high day dollar and I'ma float like a fountain. Baby, need some protein, work out like a dancer. I got all up in the snow, just like Santa. All black the coupe, from the Chevy to the Phantom. Knocking at that dollar, you gon' get our answer. All about a boat, baby, babe, just like Tampa. All about a boat, baby, babe, just like Tampa.
Okay, 5 minutes. I'm going to just throw a sentence at you and you just give me your quick thought. Number 1 is put your money to work. Thoughts?
One word or just thoughts?
No, give me your thought.
Use your money to make more money.
Elaborate.
So this is where you take the risk of investing your money into something that you're passionate about, that you believe is going to work, and go ahead. Money comes back, even if you lose it.
Is this why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer?
Listen, no, not necessarily. The rich get richer because they put smart people around them
Okay.
to work for them, right? And they tell you the richest people might not be the smartest people.
But here, it doesn't have to be like rich people. You could be rich in knowledge, rich in, like, for example, I'm the type of person, I get a sum of money. What would I do, as probably a lot of other women? Go buy bags, go buy things that's not going to get me money back.
Hi, Azhar.
There you go. See, this is what we do wrong. Whereas rich people, rich with knowledge, invest their money and get the same money
They
back.
put their money where they believe there's going to be a return. So they'll buy property or land.
There you go.
And this is where things increase in value. Right?
It's the waiting game. And you guys are very patient with getting the money back?
It depends on how much money back is going to come out of it. So what percentage of return.
So you do believe that? You put your money to work. This is a necessity.
But again, the way you manage your money, you need to make sure that how big of a risk it is.
Okay.
Right? And this is going to affect also the return. But also how comfortable you are and how much money you have that you could afford to lose that amount.
Okay. So you don't put like your main living money into some kind of investment just in case you just have to be smart about it.
Exactly. You have to be smart about it. Exactly.
Okay.
And definitely, I mean, sometimes when you have money that you want to invest, it's a good idea to speak with professionals or investment companies that could take that money for you.
Who should people go to? Exactly.
There are certain investment firms that you could go and certain banks that have investment divisions that you could speak with.
Okay. Next one, acquire assets.
If you're able to acquire assets, then definitely you should, because this is where assets are worth money. And you want that to grow in value.
This is it.
Yep.
So bags is not an asset? You're
Listen,
buying a bag?
you know
Mind
what?
you do like an Hermes bag or something like that.
Exactly. Some bags are collector items.
We'll
and
never
that
look. I'll tell you a secret with women. If we buy that collector item bag, we're never going to sell it. We're never going to get rid of it. It's going to be in that closet. We're going to look at it, talk to it, just that's it. It's going to stay in there.
Yeah.
So,
but hopefully the person who buys such a collector item can buy more than one.
There you go.
Again, it all depends on the means that each person has.
Okay.
So you have to personalize those kinds of investments.
And again, it's all in the mindset. If you want to be, just spend whatever you make, fine. You're just going to live like that. But if you want to make more money, be more successful, then you're going to have to change your ways.
Yep, 100%.
Hey, next one. You're not born to work for others all your life.
I completely agree because I did that. Right? So you grow up. Well, when you're born, you actually need to be independent, right? So working for someone, you feel that it's something that you're obliged to do.
Yes.
When you stop working for someone and work for yourself, it's something that you want to do. So it ends up not being work.
But still, getting that, people are so comfortable when they get, at the end of the month, they get this sum of money. The 9 to 5 brings you a constant... salary.
Security.
Exactly. So what do you do? But you still want to be your own boss at the same time. So how do you kind of balance that?
This is where you have to take the risk and be confident in yourself and know what you want to do. Right? You have to know in which sector you want to work in.
You're confident and you're a master at that specific thing.
Exactly. You have, from the 9 to 5 that you worked, you have feedback or results that you've seen that made you who you are today. So as a simple example, you have certain trainers that train in a gym, right?
Okay.
And there are members that want to train with this person. Okay, they're training with this person. They're training with this person.
Yeah.
So this guy understands that, he is good. He has a following.
Yes.
So it's easy for him to go out on his own and get this following with him, right?
I see.
Because he had that...
The confidence
from what people are telling him.
I got it. Okay, it makes sense. Final one, gain financial knowledge. You didn't learn it at university. And you're obviously doing something wrong with your money. So how do you gain financial knowledge?
So you could read books. Definitely there are books that teach you how to manage your money. And there are also companies and financial institutions that will help you manage your money and educate you along the way.
And how much do these cost? It's like, okay, let's say do you pay the money? Is it like a monthly thing? What is it exactly?
Once you invest your money with them, you put your money with them, it's a percentage from what they make. So they will invest it on your behalf and teach you certain things along the way.
I think that's the safest thing. If you don't have like the ability or the knowledge to like go look for some kind of investment, I think these companies will do it for you.
100%.
Wonderful.
If you don't have the time to follow certain trends on where you need to put your money, I definitely agree not to do it on your own. Except if it's something that you're passionate about and you could educate yourself enough, then go ahead and do it.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we've got a couple minutes left. Tell me about your upcoming show.
Which one? No.
Hopefully, believe me, I'll give you more.
The show is going to be called Business Casual. Nice. So we're going to talk about business, not in a technical sense, right? Definitely, there'll be a bit of technical things that some of our guests might talk about, but we're not going to go into too much details. It's going to be more about, certain businesses that are innovative, that are new, that are startups, companies that differentiate themselves from others in the market, how they started, the struggles, the challenges they went through, the obstacles, the successes, where they are today, where they see themselves 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. And hopefully the listeners will be inspired to do things on their own, to come and ask questions on recommendations, or even maybe to reach out to these companies and get employed by these companies.
Excellent.
See, so we're trying to spread the word on these companies, which people might not know about.
Yes.
So
this is an amazing, amazing, amazing opportunity for people. And plus, everybody has a different success story. They did things, I don't think there's one rule book or one recipe where you have to follow to become, to have your own business, right or wrong.
100%.
So yeah, they do. There, you've got the options there, and wonderful.
And we're speaking with companies in all different sectors.
Nice.
I mean, you're talking about marine sector, automotive, restaurants, parties, party supplies. Yes. Just everything. So we're not limiting.
Let's say somebody wants to be on your show. Could you tell them, do you have an Instagram
They
thing?
could reach out to me on Instagram, Nabil Sultani. You'll find me there. Or you could reach out to the station.
Yes.
Or to anyone related to the station. And we'll definitely give you a call, contact you, and you'll be welcome on the show.
This is wonderful. And of course, we are promoting local businesses.
Yes. Thank you for adding that. Yeah, it's going to be local businesses. Some businesses are franchisees, but it is the local talent that we're focusing on.
Wonderful.
And the show is going to start on July the 5th.
July the 5th.
On Mondays and Wednesdays at 12 p.m., just before your show.
I am so looking forward to that.
So am I.
So you're going to give them all that business talk, and then I'm just going to let them chill. Well, you're going to let them chill too. I mean, I was chilled today, even though I'm I'm going to talk about business. But no, you see, you're just changing it into this wonderful talk where it's informative and
casual.
Very casual.
That's what we're looking for on the business show as well.
I am so looking forward to it. Well, welcome aboard, Nabil.
Thank you very much.
And I'm so happy to have you. Thank you for being on my show.
Thank you for having me.
And next week, what's going to happen?
You'll be on my show.
I will be on your show. Exactly. You're going to take over. So this was me, Hala Riri.
Nabil Sultani.
And Bandar Asiri on the controls. Adios, y'all.
Only for a gal in the place. Them want to wind them ways. Tell them forward in a ace. But the bang bang embrace, yeah.
Early morning love, she get it good from she rise. But put it on so good and make sure she shake out she ties. Smile upon her face, me know she pleased with this eye. Come in around to make them gyal roll out them eyes. Go down there, wine and go down there. Go down there, wine and go down there. Go down there, wine and go down there. Go down there.
Wine for your good make sweat a drip off of me body, yeah. Oh, you're full of crack and you can keep up with me energy. What a epic night of it, embedded in your memory. Little bubble up, it treat it like a felony.
What you gonna do when there is nobody that do it better than this reggae guy? I can do this every morning, every evening. I'll be screaming straight back to sunrise.